Obscure.
It's Obscure 8 back with another video. In this one, we're going to break down a sample called Machines. This sample is from the Analog After Hours sample pack. It's available now at obscur8.shop. Analog After Hours is dark pop mixed with house, mixed with R&B type vibes. You can pull anything from Don Toliver to The Weeknd out of it. This particular sample is in the vibe of Dawn FM. If you haven't heard that album, I strongly suggest it. 80s synths, experimentation, a theme, man, it's just the perfect mixture of a concept and sonic. So we're going to break down this sample, and it's called Machines, and it's from Analog After Hours 2. All right, I have the Machine session pulled up. I'm going to play a snippet of it so you can get a feel for how it sounds, and then we're going to walk through each element and some of the thought process behind creating it. So as you can hear, a lot is it sounds busy, but it's really just how the elements interact with each other. As we break it down, you'll see it's really not that many sounds. It's just, it sounds full, the way it's mixed and how everything is glued together. So we're going to start with the polysynth, which is the main part, the part that sticks out to me, that main stab. And I'm going to play it along with the chords so you can see what chords I'm using. With this track, I used the chord prologue for this main synth part, and then I recorded the MIDI so I would be able to manipulate it later if need be. So with this, you'll be able to see the exact chords I used when I play it. So as you can see, D minor kicks it off, and then it rolls into G minor, D major, and back down to D minor. With that, as you can see, I'm trying to get that 80s pop heavy synth texture going, just to get that vibe and feel. I'm pretty sure that's the way I started off this sample. And then the bass line is very prominent in the track. It's like it gives me a house type feel to it. So I'm gonna play those too. As you can see, it has a house bass type feel to it. It holds most of the rhythm of the track. I'm pretty sure I used the ARP Odyssey for it. And between that and the polysynth from the chord prologue, those are the prominent textures in this track, and everything else is really just accentuating those two. So from there, I'm going to play the guitars. All right, so there's two types of things happening with the guitars. There's a guitar effect, which is me just saying some crazy stuff through a guitar chain through amplitude. That's the VST I'm using as the effect for my guitars in this track. And then there's a rhythm guitar that I'm playing an actual Fender Strat through amplitude as well. So I'm gonna play the vocal guitar effect with the rest of the track. Now I'm gonna add the rhythm guitar. So now I'm gonna add in the kick drum so we can get a feel for how the rhythm is going. All right, so now I'm gonna add in some chops of a percussion break that is from the Dead Perk Revivals, a percussion pack that's out on the shop as well. So I'm gonna add that in. Now that kind of serves as the snare for this type of track. And now I'm gonna bring in the rest of the percussion in, and these come from the Dead Perk Revival pack as well. All right, so now I'm gonna move to the vocoder and the vocals. Those are the two elements that lift it up. It adds the extra 50% to make it really feel like give it that song type feel. So I'm gonna play the vocoder effect first. Machines on my life. Machine on my life. Machines on my life. With a vocoder track, you need a trigger, a synth trigger. With this one, I use the Moog, and then you need a vocal, of course, and then you need the vocoder module. I use the vocoder module within Reason, and it's this BV 512 vocoder. So I'm gonna play the vocoder and then the rest of the track itself without the background vocals. Now we're gonna add the vocals to it. And that's pretty much it. This one is pretty short. Also added an ARP lead. On the actual sample itself, it has an ARP lead part at the end, which I'll play. As I said, this one is on Analog After Hours 2. It's available at obscure8.shop, obscur8.shop. If you like content like this, like, share, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate everyone tuning in. We'll see you on the next one, and we're definitely going to keep them coming. So stay locked.
Obscure.